You've met a guy you like, but whenever you think about talking to him, your heart feels like it's going to explode out of your chest. Even the idea of being alone with him and your tongue is suddenly tied in a knot. Or maybe you've never even talked to him one-on-one and you can't figure out how to start a conversation. You know you two would get along great if you could just break through this barrier. So how do you do it? How do you talk to your crush? Hi, I'm Lucy Goldman for LoveLearnings TV. I'm a commitment expert and dating coach with clients all around the world. In this video, I'm going to tell you what's making you nervous about talking to your crush and how to overcome that and get the conversation going. So, let's start talking about your crush. The difficulty you're having isn't new. Women have been finding it difficult to talk to their crushes for all of human history. But knowledge is power, and I'm going to go over what makes talking to a crush so hard in order to demystify the process and make it a little bit easier. You see, whether or not you're aware of it, the reason you can't talk to your crush is because you're afraid. You're worried about rejection. Putting yourself out there is scary because he might not feel the same way and you might just end up embarrassed. My method removes this danger of rejection, so don't worry. More on this later. There are actually other sources of fear in this situation. Our society has many negative stereotypes about women who make the first move. You don't want to come across as too forward or desperate by being the pursuer in the relationship. This can turn men off because it upsets the traditional gender roles. If you follow my advice, you won't have to worry about this either. While you may be making the first move, you're doing it in a non-aggressive way that will allow him to maintain his masculinity. Then there's the greatest fear of them all, the fear of the unknown. Being afraid of the unknown and the unknowable is not only universal, it's been crucial for survival for all living things since the beginning of time. If you were a rabbit, that ever-present fear would keep you alert, allowing you to evade predators and keep you alive. These days, we don't often have to worry about being eaten by wolves or crushed by a falling rock, but that fear is still in our instinct. What it comes down to is that you're afraid to talk to your crush because some primal part of your brain is trying to avoid the unknown. This is just all to say, don't feel bad about not knowing how to talk to your crush. It takes a great deal of courage, and I'm proud of you for taking the first step by watching this video. Now, let's talk about how to overcome these anxieties and start talking to your crush. Here's something you're probably not going to want to hear. Talking to your crush is easy. Every day, millions of women talk to their crush for the first time, and very few of them wither away and die. It's the fear of apprehension you're feeling that is making it so difficult. The best way to stop thinking about what could go wrong is to just follow these simple steps. Step 1. Start with a question. A question is the best way to start a conversation. Something casual is key. Don't make him feel like he's at a job interview or on an awkward first date. Use the context in which you know him. For example, if he's a coworker, ask him if he's going to the Christmas party. If he's a classmate, ask him what he thinks of your professor. Just make sure it's an open-ended question that'll give you two something to discuss. Asking about an upcoming event is a great option as it is a natural question and it's tied to something you two have in common. And it gives him an opening to ask you out if he's so inclined. Let him do the talking. One excuse to avoid talking to your crush is that you're worried about running out of things to say. The more you focus on trying to think of something to say, the harder it's going to be. Avoid this problem by simply letting him take the lead. This takes all the pressure off and all you have to do is react to what he's saying. Plus, men are used to taking the lead when it comes to romance, so this will make him more receptive to flirting. This brings us to number 3, flirt. Flirting looks different for everyone. Some people simply just can't get their heads around it. Just remember to smile and laugh at his jokes and you'll be just fine. If you want more information on how to flirt with your crush, Amy North has made a bunch of great videos on flirting. Go to coachnorth.com right now and watch my personal favorite. Number 4, don't focus on getting a date. I think that many women are nervous talking to their crushes because they're too focused on what comes next. At this stage, you're just trying to create a connection between the two of you. You want to get to know him and remind him that you exist. If this conversation ends without him asking for your number, there's no reason to despair. You've planted the first seed. Maintaining this mindset will remove any fear of getting rejected. Since you're not asking him out, There's no risk of him saying no. 5. Don't try to prove yourself. Remember, you're not on trial here. Stop trying to impress your crush. This doesn't mean to be stuck up or closed off, but just let him be the one trying to impress you. There are several reasons why this works. First off, he can tell that you're trying to impress him. Then he's going to read this as desperation. Second off, as I said before, most men are used to a certain dynamic between men and women. Men are pursuers and women are pursued. For better or for worse, men are used to being in this position, so it's going to make him more relaxed, comfortable, and likely to see you as a romantic interest. This comes back to letting him take the lead and simply guiding the conversation. Are you worried that he doesn't feel the same way about you? Go to coachnorth.com/does-he-like-me right now to take Amy North's free quiz. This diagnostic tool will tell you once and for all if he's crushing on you or not, and it only takes 10 minutes. Finding out this information is crucial for any woman who is looking to move things forward with her crush. Now, that's coachnorth.com/does-he-like-me. Number 6, make small talk. Small talk is your friend when it comes to breaking the ice with your crush. Many people shy away from small talk for the fear of coming across as boring or shallow. The truth is, small talk is an important process in building any relationship. Think of it like testing the waters. You need to establish a level of comfort talking about nothing before you can talk about something real. Plus, talking about the weather isn't risky like religion or politics. It's a great way to say, I'm here and I'm easy to talk to. Number 7, talk to strangers. Okay, I know your mother says not to, but I recommend it to all my clients. No matter how social we are, many of us stay within familiar patterns, not trying to make new friends or be social in public. It's an understandable way to be, but if you find yourself having trouble talking to your crush, it can simply be a sign that you're just out of practice. Pop your bubble by trying to talk to a few people on your way to work. Introduce yourself to people around the neighborhood, or take up a conversation at your local coffee shop. There's no shortage of new people to meet out there. The more you take that first step, the easier it'll be when you decide to talk to your crush. In the end, this is just one way to talk to your crush. If you're nervous, then I find following a plan will help you get out of your own head and avoid anxiety. But the truth is, there's no wrong way to talk to your crush. If you two are a good match, then the nerves and the awkwardness won't get in the way. And if it's not meant to be, then all the planning in the world won't change that. Whatever happens, it takes courage to make the first move, and I applaud you for recognizing what you want and taking the steps to get it. If you can do it just one time, then you'll be able to make it happen again and again. Thanks for watching. If you've ever turned a crush into a relationship, I want to hear your story. Post in the comments below.